We're jumping back into it.
I'm the only one that when they take their hair out, it just it's great, and you just gotta itch it.
Well,
Like,
that's the Caleb. Yeah.
That
Just
happens.
gotta itch it.
That happens with my nose ring sometimes.
What?
You ever
It smells
Oh.
good.
sometimes you get like a whiff and you're like,
Wait, I would not know.
I mean, it smells good.
Dave,
No. It smells like
Is
nose
this how
ring.
this started?
Smells like nose ring cheese. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh.
Nose ring cheese. No. Yeah.
well, my hair smells great.
Never
Michael's
piercing my
smells
nose.
weird.
I do clean it every day when I like clean my ears. I also take a Q-tip and I clean it.
You don't save it and put it in a jar?
I save the Q-tips. I save the Q-tips in the jar. I sell them. I sell them on.
And well, I brought
like
working.
king.
We definitely need some stronger for tonight.
Yeah.
He's not real.
All right. Okay. We're back.
Sorry, Daryl, you were drinking.
Jesus.
Oh, I almost threw up.
That's all right. You'll be okay.
Sorry, Daryl.
What,
So-
the cheese thing?
It's not that gross.
I mean, it's not that great.
Has nobody ever picked their belly button and smelled it?
So where are we at?
Listen. All right. We have taken the portal.
Oh, I got off the rails.
Yes. Yeah, we're already so far off the rails. You're being real dramatic. Very dramatic.
Wow.
Totally
I-
normal.
I'll do the bathroom throwing up, so.
I'd rather
I wanted
you
to.
There's a bathroom.
Alright,
All right.
alright.
You retrieved the last rod piece. You went back to the sanctum. You were confronted by Kaz, the betrayer. You teleported away.
Yep.
And ended up. Where'd you guys? You went to Baldur's Gate, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shop.
Ended up in Baldur's Gate.
We had his
and we
shopping.
did an entire episode of shopping.
Yeah.
And trying to
And trying to steal things
stole everything she could, which ended up being nothing.
Nothing.
very unsuccessfully.
But you spent a lot of time
But
trying.
bought lots
No,
of potions,
I
some
brought all
cool
my
items. Leveled up to level 16.
Mm-hmm.
Followed the rod piece, went back to the sanctum, spoke with Tasha and Illustrial. Followed the rod piece through the portal to the next location, which was to the planet of Horth. You ended up in this little like alcove, rocky sanctum where the portal was, and were met by like the sea breeze, salty air, and
Sounds nice.
it was nice until you ventured out of the little cave where the portal was, and as you look out along the
Who
beach,
did this one?
that one was bought pre-baked.
Oh, I was gonna say that eyebrow.
Yeah, that one was
Good
bought
job.
pre-baked. That would be WizKids.
Could have made it up.
WizKids.
I'm shocked
I
that
was
it's
so
actually
fat. I
good.
thought
Yeah.
you got my little brush.
Surprisingly,
Besides, it doesn't have 3 eyes.
the Eve of Ruin ones were painted quite well.
Wow.
I'm shocked because, like, some of the latest ones have been
Oh, yeah.
crap.
Yeah,
With
usually
the Baldur's,
eyebrow.
Baldur's Gate
It's just the
miniseries,
eyebrow.
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the,
horrible.
the actors, actually, the voice actors actually got their minis and they looked awful.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you look out on the beach,
Oh, yeah.
you see a scene of destruction and devastation. Rafts and driftwood float through the water. You're in like this tumultuous lagoon, and as you look out across the beach, you see several people screaming for their lives as they are grappled by massive tentacles coming out of the water. You can see, looking down the beach, there is a band of pirates at a series of cannons, and you also see a pirate captain and a mage in purple robes launching volleys of spells and pistol shots from the... Yep, that's the captain and the mage. Launching spells from the shoreline. As you as you kind of like watch from the opening of the cave, you see one of the pirates that's wrapped up in a tentacle literally just squished and explode, and gore runs down the tentacle and explodes all over the
I can
water.
handle that.
Yeah,
I can
but
handle
not
that.
know
No,
that.
don't say that thing. I can handle the gore.
All right. It's up to you guys. The pirates haven't noticed you. They're pretty embroiled in their
Codex
fight.
arms his eldritch cannons, both of them like kind of materialize on his shoulders.
I turn to Codex. Take out the pirates over here. I'll get the ones over there.
Okay. Codex.
So
You said that? You said that in character?
He did.
Yes, I did.
Codex raises his rifle.
Codex. Why?
Affirmative.
We don't.
I'm engaging the target.
No.
I shouldn't have done that, should
Initiate
I?
the initiative.
He's punking me, isn't he?
Punk, what? What?
I think the proper term is fucking.
We're helping the pirates, aren't we?
So far.
I was going to vote for just
Not
leaving
sure
everything
yet.
alone.
You could see if they weaken it.
What's behind
Just
us?
sit and wait.
I'm sorry,
and
what's
watch.
Actually, I vote we sit.
Yeah.
As you're
Should
watching,
we run away?
as you're watching, one of the tentacles drops down below the water and reemerges near the shoreline and reaches out from the water and slaps this cannon and just blows it to smithereens. Just
Got
for an example of the reach of the
Cool.
tentacles from
So like, how long?
like easily 30 feet long.
Right.
What's the girth?
Probably about 3 feet wide.
I turn to Gregory.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a kraken before? I've heard of them.
Wait, have I?
And you see like there's also this roiling thunderstorm that seems to be like churning over the maw of the kraken, which you can see like off in the distance, like 100 feet out into the water. And you can tell that like this thunderstorm is hanging above the kraken. It's like an isolated cumulonimbus.
Can I ready in action?
Yeah.
I rolled
Yeah, you're not in combat.
So I wanted to roll Arcana to see if like I know what this creature is.
You're as you delve into like what did you roll?
Rolled a 3.
As
I
you
rolled a
delve
27.
as you delve Arcana also.
Yeah, Arcana. Yeah.
History or survival would tell you more.
I have a +10 either of those, so.
Okay. Would you rather do history?
Sure.
Okay. I was going to tell you about the magic of the Kraken instead of, but you'll know about the magic of the Kraken and you'll know about.
and I was well, I would be a 22 on history.
It is a Titan. It is a gargantuan monstrosity Titan. They are usually only provoked or attracted to come up to the surface from like the depths of the sea if there is something incredibly strong, powerful, magical, or they are threatened by something. But it would take like a whale shark or like it would take something gigantic for them to think of like, oh, prey, I'm gonna go get a meal. But we're talking the biggest gargantuan monstrosity you guys have ever seen.
How far are we away from the body of the kraken?
From the actual body, the actual maw of the kraken is like the
100 feet.
corner of the screen, like
100
tongue
feet.
out. Can you move the maw of the kraken all the way to the corner of the screen there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like there.
So the legs are
Hellebore
closer.
asks, who has the staff that like shoots us? I'm asking now.
The most recent rod piece, I believe
you mean-
Thorum has.
I have the one that is like the GPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because Hellebore just like wants to know where is it pointing.
So yeah, that's a good idea.
Thorin will.
As you
I have a
use,
feeling it's in the stomach.
as
of
you
the...
use the
Don't jinx it.
no, as you use the rod piece and use its clairvoyance ability, it actually directs you that direction down the
Down the
beach,
beach.
like
Okay.
past where you can see down the beach, not towards the kraken. Whatever you are hunting for, the next rod piece, is beyond where these pirates are fighting this crack.
Thorm will relay that information immediately. That it's
I'm
past.
gonna see if I can get a better view and move up to that cliff.
They're mighty distracted.
I'm gonna
I
engage my jump checks and jump up to here
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
to get a better view.
You're about 60 feet in the air now, up that cliff.
Hellbore's for sneaking past.
And then I would like to ready an action.
As you guys are having this discussion, the pirate in the grip of the furthest tentacle over there, crushed. His head pops off, eyes explode out of his head, and a puddle of man meat just hits the water with a splash.
It's been a really
This is a
weird,
very descriptive night.
like
You want to say something?
No, I was gonna say,
effect there.
I follow him and just walk up the face of the
Oh,
the
good.
cliff.
Gotcha.
And
What I would like to do is just ready an action, and I take a kneel and raise the rifle. And if one of the tentacles goes for one of the cannons, I want to fire on it.
Okay.
I guess we're
You sneaking past?
I would say let's try sneaking past.
He's
that.
60 feet away up a cliff now.
No, he climbed up the
Oh,
cliff.
you climbed up, you spider climbed up, so? I
Yes.
missed that, okay.
So
So
I'm
you guys are having
telling
a
you,
conversation.
like I'm kind of taking up the
Good
firing
thinking.
position.
I would say let's leave it be.
So you guys all
It's not
start
our fight.
sneaking
Okay.
along the ridge line?
All right, so I will not do that.
I
That is
will,
what I want.
I
to do.
drop down a rope
Mm-hmm.
to
To the rest of the party?
the rest of the party.
and I'll help
Do you
you.
give them
anchor
any
it.
type of signal?
Oh,
Are you
Yeah,
sure
I
you
can-
want to ready your action so that if a tentacle strikes a cannon, you want to fire?
You really don't think that's a good idea?
Let's put it this way: you don't need to ready an action because you're not in combat.
Right, and I know that would start us on combat, so I'm not trying to force us into it, but we're far
I don't know if the pirates are a good thing.
You hear
I know the Kraken is not.
you hear this like howl from the maw of the kraken, and you see lightning streak across the sky and come down and strike this cannon here.
Wow.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it explodes. It explodes the
Oh,
cannon
my
and
cannon.
kills the two pirates that are next to it. And you just see a pile of beach glass left as the kraken calls down this lightning
I
strike.
quickly grab my little copper rod and message
Perfect.
Thorum and say, climb up the rope. Let's get around these people up here.
I'll motion to Greg.
Yeah, we
Elmore
sneak
going up
to the rope.
Okay.
going up the road.
Give me athletics checks. for
I'm
the three of
helping.
you, please.
Am I helping? I'm happy.
Yeah,
to
that's
help.
what I'm.
Anchor.
Both of us.
Yeah, good. Beautiful. Wizard.
You're good. Yep.
Yeah.
Thorum, even in all his
Do you not
plate,
have the?
Yeah.
4 battle axes
Yeah,
on his back,
He just
just
pull
keeps
ups
himself
every
up.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Did you fall?
Well, a 7. I think I fell.
You probably didn't even get a good grip.
You make it about halfway up, and you slip. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
That I'm slightly better at, but not by a lot.
Is it just sand?
At the bottom, yes, but there's also a rock that you're climbing up against.
That sounds bad.
16 on the dex.
You manage to grab the rope before falling all the way down. You do hit the rock face on the way down. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
I with
15.
You make it up.
I turn to Thorum. Let's just pull him up.
You guys just pull Gregory the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Thorum, it's safe to say Thorum could probably do that on his own with his
Yeah.
strength modifier. So yeah, the 5 of you are up on the cliff face, and you can see that the cliff like follows the beach line. And now from your vantage point, you can see far off in the distance down the beach that there is some sort of encampment with several cloth tents further down the beach.
I could turn invisible and
Let's just is there like a jungle kind of?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's try to use the jungle as some cover. And
Try
as we
sneaking.
get closer, maybe.
yeah.
So you guys
Yeah.
start making your way through the jungle.
Okay.
You hear like basically the jungle has gone silent. Whatever's happening down on the beach has scared all the wildlife.
Yeah, there's cannons
out of
going
this area.
off.
Right.
Are there any coconuts?
There are some coconuts. Yeah.
And can I grab a coconut, like crack it open? And
If you want to climb a palm tree,
Very nice.
You have
Very
run.
nice.
I'm
Dave.
Yeah.
assuming you have run.
Would you
give
like
me another athletics
Would
check.
you like help climbing the palm tree, Gregory?
Can he throw me if you give me advantage?
I don't have high strength. I'm just a beefy boy, but I don't have big arms.
Throw you, bud.
He's got
It's a
Codex has like a
19.
big
dwarf
chest
can throw
and
the
big
elf.
arms.
You climb up to the top.
The dwarf can throw the elf.
And manage to knock off a few coconuts from the palm tree. You hear screams. The cannon fire has stopped down on the beach. You hear a few screams and the roar of the kraken every once in a while.
I'm sure they're.
And meanwhile, I off the tree. Can I make like a performance check to grab one of the like the huge leaves off the tree and like lie down holding it?
Is that how physics works?
You can give me an acrobatics
Gregory,
check.
I don't know if this is time for this.
What is he doing?
He's trying to
He's
use.
using
lay
one of the
down.
palm leaves to slide down, like to
Oh,
around the tree and like belay himself down the tree.
Tarzan style.
you said acrobatics?
Yes.
Still so 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you manage to wrap a palm leaf around the tree and kind of like slide, belay yourself down, and you appear down at the bottom, and there's 3 coconuts down there for you.
I'm gonna crack each one of them.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna be like, okay, anyone?
What are you cracking them with?
Crowbar.
I don't think I have a crowbar.
Bar would work.
There is someone with an axe. I'm just saying.
There are people being blown up on the beach.
Not anymore. You haven't heard any cannon
they're-
fire in
they're
a few
gone.
minutes. And you're not hearing any screams. You're not hearing any screams anymore either.
Is the cloud
Whatever.
still up there?
The cloud is beginning to dissipate.
Have you
notice
been playing
you
with
notice
the
the cloud, the cloud is kind of moving its
But
way
also
back
we
out
like a
towards
challenge.
the ocean.
I think the commotion is gone.
I mean, I'm gonna.
I
I
believe
guess.
your assessment is correct.
I guess. Would anyone mind cracking these?
We all look at them.
I'm just gonna do a strength check to open a coconut.
You're good. What do you crack it with? Axe, hammer, crowbar.
Yeah, just
Just punch it with your
I'm
gauntlet
just
till
gonna
it
punch it.
opens.
I'm just gonna punch it.
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, you punch it, and
Does it
the
crush?
first one he crushes and it spills the coconut milk all over the
Sorry, I don't
ground.
know my own strength. I don't know my own strength. You know.
The second one, a little more refined. He takes like one of his hand axes and like hacks the coconut open, splits it, and there's like half coconut milks in. Then he's passing out half of coconut. You guys are just enjoying a fresh coconut
Yeah.
as
Oh, this is nice.
the
You're
pirates were all
brains
massacred. No,
of
they're done.
the-
They're dead.
Yeah,
They're all massacred down on the
Crying
beach.
doesn't
The kraken has moved
Feels
itself.
very on brand for us.
yeah, actually. I like that.
What?
I feel like usually we fight and then run away.
I also feel like this is foreshadowing that this is not the last time we were going to see the character.
Just stay away from the water.
I had no idea whether the pirates were good, were not good. I didn't really want to deal with that.
Schrodinger's pirate.
Schrodinger's pirate.
Right.
He's a
And
good
now we know.
Strawberry pirate.
Strawberry pirate.
Now we know they're not there.
I do feel like something else on brand for our party is to loot the bodies.
I don't really want to get
Oh,
that
wow,
close.
I'm
to
not
the
going
water,
that
though.
down there.
I don't like sand. It gets everywhere. Between you.
All right,
Invisible.
Thank you for the understanding that, Roman.
Let's not worry.
Snow and course gets everywhere.
Besides, they might have their stuff.
And this is
Wildlife.
Codex. This is Codex being evolving. So we didn't get to fight the monster, and we're not looting the bodies. What are we doing?
We're going after the
coconut.
Keith.
We're drinking coconut water.
Yes.
Well, yes.
And you know what? Codex opens his leg, pulls out his bottle of wine, and starts drinking it.
Oh my god.
We've raised him right.
Here.
Because he's frustrated over all of this. He feels like, what are we even doing? From Codex's perspective, this is not our.
This is not
This is
usually.
not
Well,
what we
to
do.
be fair, it's not usually what we do.
Also, if anyone would like some port, grab a glass.
Let's continue on.
Continue through the
Yeah.
jungle.
We are now well hydrated.
You work your way through the jungle. It takes you about 30 minutes. Sun is high in the sky. And as you kind of make your way along the cliff line, you look down and you see just like puddles of blood and mangled bodies all along the beach. Cannons are all shattered. No sign of the Kraken. You look off and you see, as you look down and see this like little group of tents, they sit between the shore about half a mile down and the jungle. You see some like random pieces of armor and some digging equipment. They lie scattered across the sand. To one side, you see a tent with like a medical symbol over top of it. And you can tell that somebody is moving around in that tent. And the rest of the tents have a symbol over them of an arc of 7 stars.
Codex would move towards the tent where he, if we all know that we saw movement in there, Codex raises his rifle and moves starts walking towards the tent
Yeah,
carefully.
Can I
more.
make
Wait,
a history check to see if I know what that symbol means?
Sure.
Or would that make sense? Okay. 15?
No, you wouldn't be, because it's some sort of organization on the planet Earth.
I wouldn't be familiar with it.
15, you wouldn't be familiar.
Could you take
what
another
that would-
sighting though?
That would be.
Another what?
Sighting?
Oh, I think I can only use it once a day.
No,
Oh, does my rod
That's the spell.
the spell you can only
Spell.
use.
You're not.
You're
this is
using
the-
it just for like the
Using it as a compass.
Oh,
is free.
okay.
Is
Oh,
free.
gotcha. All right. Yeah, I'll use it as a
Just your
GPS.
compass. It seems to be pointing past the tent, past this little encampment, back into the jungle, and down this little, what looks to be like a very narrow, like almost animal pathway. You know, like if you've ever like walked through the woods, you can tell like a deer path in the woods. You see almost like an animal path through the woods, and it seems to be pointing down that
But
way.
it's on the other side of the camp.
Yes.
Okay. So I would relay that information quietly.
Belivore, how many tents are there?
There's like 5.
Is there any that look more luxurious?
Oh boy.
There is one tent that has like a little awning out front, and it's a little bit
The
higher.
awning. The awning.
And it's got 2 flags with the 7 stars in an arc flying out
Belivore
outside of it.
will attempt to sneak in there.
Alright, give me a stealth check.
She needs some money.
I forgot you broke a ship.
Yeah, I'm really broke.
So you're approaching the medical tent with your rifle raised?
Oh, is that?
Yeah, I would like to move.
No, they're different tents.
I'd like to move around the side of the tent, like kind of like. Is it closed or is it open?
Nope,
in
it's
the
open
front?
in the front.
I'd like to move
can
around to
see-
the side and like kind of clear
Oh.
the opening of the
You can
tent.
see a dwarf making his way back and forth.
Does it see me?
No.
I'm like trying to be quiet. I think it
He
rocks.
seems to be focused. He seems to be pretty focused on his work.
Okay. I as I see the dwarf,
He's wearing like tan healer's robes.
I raise my rifle and I say,
Advantage to 25.
stop what you are doing.
And the dwarf
Put
turns.
your hands in the air.
And the dwarf turns, and he's got ingredients from a healer's kit in his hands. And oh, good heavens! What's the meaning of this?
I would like to do a perception check on whether I perceive him as a threat.
I think that would be more like insight.
Insight?
Yeah.
That's an 11, and then I'll add my my spark of genius. Yeah, for another 4, so 15.
Nope. He looks like a dwarven cleric healer. He's not wearing any armor, has no weapons on him, and he's holding ingredients from a healer's kit. And you can see what appears to be a dying elf on a table behind him.
Codex lowers his And he says, "Who are you? What are you doing?"
Me? Quite simply, my name is Bogren. I'm the healer of our group.
The group that was on the beach fighting the Kraken?
There's not a lot of groups left of that.
Fighting? There was a kraken? They said they were going exploring and getting supplies.
Well, they're all dead.
It didn't go well.
Wait, are you guys all there too?
I
Who else is
Can you
talking?
guys
I'm not
enjoy
there.
my conversation?
I'm watching.
She's sneaking into a different.
Are you
I'm
shouting?
Her sneak into one
That
tent.
does seem on brand for
Him
Gregory.
threatening
Like-
a dwarf or threatening someone in a tent.
Okay, and do that. That's funny.
So you're listening to the conversation and like hiding off in the jungle.
I don't think I'm hiding at all. I think I'm just yelling.
I am out in the open on the outside
And you see him,
of
the
the
dwarf, the dwarf drops to his knees, and he drops the ingredients in a potion bottle, shatters on the like kind of plank floor that they've assembled in the healer's tent, and he says,
I mean, like, are we that far away that he didn't hear the cannons going off?
"You're 30-minute walk away. Pretty far off in the distance.
I missed that.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
a
realize.
30-minute walk through the jungle
Yeah.
to get to the camp.
Yeah, I'm sure you wrote it down in your book.
No, I didn't.
He says, "By Celestian,
I'm.
they're all dead."
All I wrote down is coconuts.
Best part of the night.
It's the only important part through the jungle.
Lisa and Marion said that they would look after the group. They said a healer wouldn't be needed for a simple venture down the beach.
They had a lot of cannons.
Oh yes, they came from our ship.
Well, I am sorry to inform you that I don't think they've made it.
Place is cursed.
How good of a healer are you?
I would deem myself quite good, but our healing magic doesn't seem to be working
Curious.
in
What
this
about-
area, not as well as it normally would.
What about other magic?
Other magic seems to be fine, but
Who's your deity?
Celestian, of course. That's
This is Gregory.
the symbols. The symbols outside
Your
of our heads.
The elf.
Gregory, would you care to say any final words to a fellow elf who may not see another morning?
You're probably not like what it says. That was probably.
Is it like a
choice.
high elf?
Yeah, there's a high elf dying on the bed.
Are you asking him that?
No, I'm asking Michael.
No, I would love to ask
Swear
him
to God,
what
if
kind
I
of
said,
elf.
Is it a hot elf?
No, a high elf.
No.
But also,
Wow.
Last words in trouble.
Yeah.
I did not know this elf as well as I would like to, or at all. I am sorry if I have seen them passing, and I wish them safe passage into the afterlife.
and the elf coughs like, "I'm not dead yet.
I'm getting better.
I'm getting better."
Your healer sucks.
And
I take a healing potion.
as you say your healer sucks, you feel a blade slip between your ribs from behind as you take 9 points of piercing damage.
Jesus Christ! What are those?
Wait, I'm standing right there.
Yep. You watch the healer turn, grab a knife off the table, and stab Gregory right in the back.
I raise
as
my
he
rifle
says,
and shoot him.
"How much damage do you do?"
This is against some type of convention, I'm sure.
I don't know.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt at the dying.
Jeez.
All right. Fire bolts, right?
Yeah, can you not?
A 23 to hit the dwarf.
Yep, that hits. He's
This
not
is
wearing
the
any
game.
armor.
Say, how big is the room? I said I
We're back in
cast
the woods,
fireball.
right?
32
We're
damage.
still in the woods.
You
right?
shoot right through the back of his head.
I think you and I
he drops
are
to his
like
knees
off to
and
the
crumbles
side.
off to the side
And just-
on the ground dead.
And then I
You
approach
hear
Gregory and
I'm sure we hear
I
commotion.
check
We're
on him.
rushing in.
He's bleeding heavily
Up to you.
from between his ribs.
Gregory, I'm sorry, I could not react fast enough.
So there are 30 points of damage to the dying elf.
Yeah, you killed the dying elf, and the tent is now on fire.
Alright, well, we're
I
running
knew
in.
that was gonna happen.
I'm not running in fire.
I'm not running in.
up to
He
the tent.
started running.
I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, so we'll pan away from that over to you. So,
I'm out. I know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be on fire.
It was a 25 stealth check, correct?
Yes.
Like I just reacted and shot him in
You
the head.
see, like the shadows. You're like,
Yes.
you like slip between the flaps of the entryway to the tent.
Tumbling moves.
And you enter the tent. There's no one in
Are
it.
you just like somersaulting like
Yeah.
everywhere you
It
go? Like
looks like
It's fun.
it looks like like a combination of like it looks like a studio apartment. There's like a couple beds in the back. There's a nice desk. There's several chests filled with like gold and like silver cups and things like that. There's various supplies, swords on like sword racks, and some light armor and things like that. Like there's piles of paper with like shipping logs and destinations and supplies and things like that. You can tell you're in the captain's quarters.
Okay.
And it looks like maybe the mage or the healer, who somebody else of report, has also been staying in this tent.
you also just heard
Now,
a rifle
move
go
up
off
I
for a
did.
large explosion.
That
Yeah.
and start from the
Yeah,
outside,
I don't know it's on
using
fire
my
yet.
Eldritch sight to see if I see magic.
Wait, you cast fire.
You can detect.
Fire. Okay.
You can detect something magical within the tent as you get closer.
Okay. I will walk in.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I went right for the gold chest.
In that chest, you find 300 pieces of gold,
You did it. You sold something.
and
I
you
did.
find like a full set of like silver plateware,
Oh, that'll look great when we have dinner.
which is worth
Yeah.
another 200
Is
gold
there
pieces.
a silver wine glass?
There is. There are several chalices. Yep.
where is the magic
I
coming
take the
from?
chalices.
The magic is coming from as you step into the tent.
Yeah.
The magic is coming from a lantern that is sitting on the desk.
As you're doing your thing, I say from behind you, and the lantern over there on the desk is also magical.
Do you know anything about it?
Not yet,
So we're taking
but I
it?
will. Yes.
Okay. No
you
one
pick up the
sees me take
lantern
the
too?
chalices, by the way.
I'm in a burning
Yeah, there's no
tent.
one there to see except for
Alright,
him.
how many am I taking?
You could probably fit 3 of them in your backpack.
If you need, you can store the rest in here.
Oh, in his bag of holding, or it's a haversack or a bag of holding.
I have a pack of.
In the bag of holding, you can fit everything. You can
No, I have a haversack.
a haversack. I think you can
Yeah.
still fit everything.
Yeah, I
in
can.
there.
You
You can
keep
put
it.
the full silver set in there and all the gold and like the whole chest and everything if you wanted to.
Up to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep the gold on me,
Okay.
Yes.
but
So you bring out this big like velvet bag with 300 gold pieces,
Yeah.
and like tie it on the edge of your backpack, and you dump all the silver. Is the lantern going in the bag of holding also?
yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Drop the lantern down in the bag of holding.
Any other? But that's the only item that's magical.
That's the only item that's magical that you can tell.
Do I? You said that there was possibly a magic user that stayed in here.
Yeah, it looks like from the 2 beds, one of them is near the desk with all the paperwork, and the other bed is off to the side and has like another set of purple robes and like a simple staff and some like gemstones and stuff like that,
Okay.
and like some spell casting supplies and things.
Yeah,
like
that's what I was gonna gather up the supplies.
Yep.
And
You find like a various assortment of components. Yeah, spell components.
the gems. I'll scoop them up and hand them over to.
And none of them look incredibly valuable. It's not like a sapphire sitting
Right.
on this table. It's like quartz and tourmaline
Yeah.
and some like things that would help with spellcasting components, but
Oh.
not like diamonds
Okay.
or anything like that. Just
Then never
generic
mind.
crystals,
Okay.
crystals and scrying materials and things like that.
Then I'll just toss them into my bag.
Okay.
I'll write my possessions that I have the silver set, I guess.
Yes,
but-
that's fine.
Okay.
How far is the furthest body
from the camp? You say it was 30 feet?
No, a 30,
No, 30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes.
30-minute hike through the
Okay,
jungle.
gotcha.
Yeah, so like we're talking like probably
Sorry.
around a mile away.
Gotcha.
Say you're not moving super fast through a jungle, 30-minute walk,
All right.
about a mile or so.
Do you think of anything else in the room that I'd want to look at? Probably the.
I mean, you can make a perception check.
Okay. Does the desk have a lock on it anywhere? Is there like a locked?
The desk does have a drawer with a keyhole, and it is locked.
It's probably just paperwork.
Unfortunately, I don't have any ways.
I don't either.
Yeah, and you're not detecting anything magical coming from inside the desk drawer.
I think the others got into trouble in another tent.
I am smelling smoke.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's-
Do you have an
smells.
explanation?
And like some of the smoke is like wafting in like through the tent flaps into your tent now.
As I said, they got themselves into a little.
Yeah. Okay. I'll roll perception just to see if there's anything else cool in here. But
So Thorin would be probably just following his. He doesn't
It's leading
understand
you.
magic.
It's leading you like straight through the camp towards that pathway.
So he's like,
And
you're
it's
just like holding it as like a
$2.
He just, and then he sees the camp, that like one of the tents just go. And he's like, he's gonna turn around.
Okay.
And
you don't really notice anything
Okay.
super significant in the room.
Alright.
You've kind of taken all the valuables out of the room.
Alright. Arkin,
So
you
we'll, as you guys retreat from the tent and head
No.
back out.
Not yet.
Not you.
Oh.
Them. You
They're
look
retreating
out
from the
and you
empty
see
tent?
smoke billowing from one of the tents, and you see some of the like wooden palisades and like supply barrels and stuff like that are starting to catch fire nearby. The fire is starting
Oh,
to spread
my-
up the
oh my
side
God.
of a second tent.
Gregory. Or Codex.
Actually, I would say Codex.
Probably
Immediately.
does it look like the entrance is blocked by fire? Like the front of the tent?
No, the back of the tent.
Oh, the
is
back of the
mainly on
tent.
fire.
I'm gonna scan the others to see other tents to see if there's magic.
You're not detect anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna rush into the tent if I have
Well,
enough time.
I would like to.
You rush
one
into
that's
the
on
tent
fire.
and you see Codex
A
and
war
Gregory.
crime.
I'm grabbing both the dwarf and the elf and trying to pull them out of the tent.
I think they're both dead.
We're very dead.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
still want to check their bodies for any information.
So I see
Alright.
what looks like
So I'm
clearly a
pulling-
war
I'm
crime.
dragging
So a
their
medic
bodies.
Yes, they killed a healer and a dying
They
patient.
killed a medic and a patient.
Yeah, they
What
killed a
the
medic and a
hell?
patient.
Dragging them out, and
Codex is dragging them out
and I
onto the
stated
beach.
Gregory.
Yep.
Gregory, please try to see if there's anything of value before the entire tent burns down.
Fair. Can I roll investigation?
And I'm just I'm
You
trying
can roll
to,
perception.
and I'm
You know,
I'm
you
just
can roll investigation.
very
Yeah.
slowly
Look
just
in the
like
other tents.
dragging
Yeah.
the two bodies out of the tent.
How many? There were.
There's five.
5 tents.
Two of them are on fire now.
I'm okay. I am okay.
You said perception.
Investigation. Whatever.
Alright.
We're gonna
You go
pick,
one off
yeah,
on
yeah,
the other.
we'll pick the other two
Okay.
ones that are not on fire. And
Gregory is a wonderful
21.
negotiator.
You find healers. There's healer supplies that are quickly catching fire. Some empty vials. There's a couple potions bottles that were at the back. They've since exploded from the heat.
Oh my god.
And are now like just evaporating and sizzling away. There's nothing left of value
Learned
in
that
this tent.
fire doesn't work out very well for us.
You
You did
investigate.
get stuff.
You investigate one tent. You find a barracks in there. You find basic swords, some leather armor, clothing, mostly bedding. You investigate another tent, and you find the supply tent that has like crates of cannonballs and munitions and
dry goods.
barrels. Yeah, barrels that have like that have stuff to prevent scurvy and things like.
Question: does it look
Yeah.
like
And oranges.
from the amount of tents would have matched the amount of people on the beach?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to, once I get the two bodies safely out of the tent, I'd like to just check them for, I'm looking for information,
The elf is naked and wrapped in bandages, and has nothing on him.
probably the bandages burned off.
Some of them, yep.
He's just naked.
The healer, you can no longer identify his face. You blew his face out when you shot him from behind. The exit wound has literally blown
Oh
his face
my God.
completely open, and you can see like the last couple bubbles of air escape from his trachea that you can visibly see.
You asked.
All right, Oswald.
As you start
It
investigating,
was in self-defense. Like he just
It was.
stabbed Gregory. Like
It was.
who did call him a terrible healer while he was trying to.
Okay, but people
You
do
don't
get
stab
shot for
people
too,
just
and you
for-
don't stab
You told
stab
you told him his entire crew was dead. You subjected him to psychological torture, and then told him he was doing an awful job healing the only person still alive.
Well,
He reacted emotionally. It was a mistake.
emotion.
You could have talked about it. How much health do you still have?
Like 110.
Exactly.
in character, Codex is like, why is Gregory the voice of our party? This is what happens.
Storm last.
This.
Wow.
More times than ever on Codex.
This is not
It
always-
looks like you killed a healer and a patient.
This is not always
definitely
what
are.
happens.
The healer had a knife. You'll see that Gregory has a stab wound in his back.
He seems fine.
I'm a
Helmore is just looking for some. She's taking some oranges.
Yeah.
Gregory,
Yeah, you get some rations. You have a
Yeah.
day
Very
with
food
rations
motivated
now.
nights.
Yeah.
Coconuts and
Some
oranges.
treats. Some
Little
girl snack.
We're just
Yeah.
getting sweet treats.
And some sweet treats.
Sweet
Sweet treats for
We
later.
have to name this.
There is grog. There's like a
Oh,
whole
God.
barrel, and they just scratched grog in the side of it.
Sweet treats and war crimes.
Gregory,
Maybe I have
I
have
would,
no words.
I agree wholeheartedly, and Gregory just cast Firebolt again, just on the tent and both bodies. Like, this isn't here anymore, okay? It's gone.
This never happened. This never happened.
we will never speak of this.
So, does everybody want to keep moving?
I would challenge you. Your alignment is what?
Chaotic evil.
Chaotic evil?
Wait,
No, it's
you're
What?
No, chaotic.
I will challenge that.
Neutral. Okay. All right. Okay. I was gonna say if your alignment is chaotic good, I'm going to dock you an alignment down to chaotic neutral.
No, this is very.
you progressively
You
got
have
more evil.
progressively gotten more chaotic and more
I
neutral.
love that you got
Maybe
stabbed
more
from behind
evil.
and your first instinct was just shoot the guy.
He was the one who got stabbed.
But
now,
why did you burn up
burn
the bot? The you just gave a wonderful
evidence.
like.
He was alive.
But you were just giving. But he's not the elf
yeah,
dying
then
isn't
they
the thing that
stabbed
stabbed you.
They stabbed me.
But the elf didn't
But
stab
they're
you.
together.
They were.
Keywords.
Arkin's just rubbing his head like he had a
Thorum,
headache.
the rod in Thorum's hand is just like pointing him off towards the jungle.
Helmore comes out of the tent juggling oranges, and it's just
Nice.
like, what the fuck?
I'm following my
see
rod
anything.
piece,
You just
mumbling
see- you just
something
see
about a
things
convention, you
You
know,
have
being
it.
And you see
broken.
one last like cough of blood and air pop up from the priest's mouth, and then you can tell that he is dead. As you search him, all you find
With
on
the one
him,
that doesn't have a
So-
head.
So
he
Face.
blew his face off.
I'm gonna just
He was
say
agony. He was breathing agony.
this is a diplomatic failure. I'm just saying it. Diplomatic failure.
Why are you speaking to me about the diplomatic failure?
Oh yeah, like this is my fault.
Form's gonna gesture at his face. Good shot though. You know, gesturing at the face.
Can we just
I love that there's this like beef now.
can we just keep going?
Arkin, I don't really want to talk about it.
Not a problem. That way, correct?
I'm gonna kick some sand
Sure.
over the dead body and start following the thing and just,
Not dead bodies in the fire.
just kick some sand on the fire and just start following the. Yeah, I'm just gonna motion at the trail.
We should go.
We should go.
We should.
Well, if we were trying to sneak,
I don't think there's
may
anybody.
have ruined that a
There's
little
nobody
bit.
left alive.
They're all dead.
Well, there's fire
Well,
and a lot of smoke. going on.
luckily their compatriots are dead probably as well. So not a big deal. Let's head that way.
So
I
as
tried to tell the dwarf that he made a mistake asking you to give the
you guys are like still
right the last.
Yes, I figured.
I tried to warn him.
I thought they weren't going to talk
I
about it.
genuinely wasn't expecting him to be so emotional.
All his.
Okay, so
yeah, you guys are having this conversation.
I know, Thorm and
I'm in the
I,
front.
Thorm and I are in the front, listening to the two of them bicker back and forth.
Yeah.
And I leaned
Stab
over
me?
to Thorm. I said, "I thought he said he didn't want to talk about it."
Yeah, we're continuing to walk
trying to figure out
and
how
like
to kill
we're bickering back and forth.
Helmor's in the back. Like,
We're
Gregory, you're still bleeding.
Just a little bit.
There's a blood trail through the woods.
Yes.
I'm not healing that.
As you're making your way through the woods, you're getting like the landscape is getting like progressively darker as you're moving further into the jungle, like the canopy of the jungle.
Yeah.
It's starting to get darker, and as you make your way through this little path, you have to kind of walk like one at a time through this pathway. And after about an hour of hiking through the jungle, you start to notice that like the shadows around the trees seem a little bit more pronounced and almost seem like they're moving. And you hear like whispers through the trees. And you see like some of the shadows almost like make their way up the trees and are like winding around your feet as you're walking down this pathway. And you can see up ahead about 30 feet away through the dim lighting and like dappled lighting of the island, you can see the pathway opens up, and you can make out off in the distance a set of stone doors of what looks like the entrance to some sort of sepulcher or tomb. About 15 feet tall, about 20 feet across.
What way is the rod pointing?
Oh yeah, directly towards that tomb.
Of course.
Well, shall we?
Yes.
I'd like to roll perception on the entrance of the tomb.
As you guys are making your way to like the edge of the woods where you can see the tomb ahead of you.
Yeah.
The darkness and shadows seem to be, you don't have to roll perception. The darkness and shadows seem to be radiating from like the crevices around the doors of this tomb and spreading out into the jungle almost like a low-hanging fog.
Delightful.
You see on the doors of the tomb, you see patterns of what look like serpents with jade eyes. The doors of the tomb.
He's trying. I'm just imagining you trying to pry one out. I mean,
Can I roll Arcana? See if
Farther
there's
than
anything
that, something
about these
dramatic
jade
would happen.
giant snakers.
What do you want to roll?
Arcana?
To see if you can glean anything off the doors.
Giant jade serpents.
Yeah, sure.
That is a 28.
Nothing magical coming off of the doors other than that you can tell that they are sealed with magic. But you can tell that the darkness that's emanating out from the doors is magical as well.
Is there any like inscription or?
Nope.
Cool.
This is 11.
So I should I
What?
attempt to open it?
Do you let us know that it's sealed with magic?
Yeah, I relay that.
We can try to dispel.
You try to blow up the door.
I look at it with Eldritch Sight. I see the same thing.
Yeah, you see like glowing coming from the handles to the doors. And you can also see
The shadows.
necrotic energy branching out along the floor of the jungle.
Is it magically protected or just locked?
Looks like it maybe it's magically sealed.
Would counterspell work?
No.
Is it cursed?
What about
As far as I know,
dispel magic?
counterspell only works as you're casting.
Yes.
You
That's
need
what
to
I
You
saw.
would have to
I didn't-
cast knock or dispel magic
Right.
or like anti-magic field or something.
I'm familiar with dispel magic, but I do not have it currently available.
Well, he is good at counter spell. I do.
I cast identify.
I mean, you can cast it; it won't do anything.
So
On
Yeah.
doors, no.
No. If you
It would
use
do something on magical items.
if
that
you do
guys have.
detect magic, that'll and keep staring at it, it'll give you the school, which I do want to do, using my Eldritch sight. I don't know if you know what it is.
Arcane lock is.
I'm not sure whether it's
Hellbor,
abjuration or
do you have skill at breaking locks?
Skill at
Really?
opening doors. Or punching doors.
I don't know what
Arcane
that
lock
would be.
is abjuration.
yes.
So
Like, I don't know what role that would be.
Abjuration, and you also notice
it would
that
be like
the
lock picking and
magic that
fury
is
and
emanating across the ground, that is conjuration magic.
That that makes sense.
Yeah, the necrotic shadows
was,
are conjuration.
Second. Let's see something.
You hear the whispers.
sleight of hand.
The whispers seem to be like, especially with Hellebore,
Oh, okay.
the whispers seem to be like especially pronounced with you. You're so in tune with like the shadow realm
Okay.
and also Arkin. You hear what you see lies within, but you'll never reach it.
May I propose a
You
solution?
hear that, don't you?
Yeah,
I
we're being mocked.
was out to lose my Eldritch cannons because they've been activated for about an hour. So my thought is I could set them on the door and detonate them.
Or, and as he's saying that, I cast dispel magic.
And as you reach out and cast Dispel Magic, you hear, and you just,
Nice.
as your Eldritch sight is looking at the doors, you see the magic fade from the doors. The shadows are still there.
Yeah. I didn't think we needed to announce our presence.
It was the last resort.
I mean,
Yes. Did you see what they did with Knock? The newer Knock?
Yes.
what they
That's
do with
stupid.
it.
Yes.
Knock.
Knock
You knock.
makes it a very loud knocking sound.
Yeah, it's a loud bang that's can be heard for like up to like it's like 150 feet or something stupid.
Yeah.
It's like you set off a gun when you
Yeah.
when you
When you use
no.
knock.
Yes.
Oh. I know that's how hard I knock on doors. It's
Oh, it sounds like a gun.
yeah.
So
38.
so basically, Knock is useless to do a like a stealth
Like a-
kind of.
yeah.
Dispel Magic on an arcane locked door though only works for 1 minute.
Okay. So I do mention that.
Okay.
Let's move in.
So you?
I will whisper to Arkin. Does that mean we might not be able to get out this way?
I can still dispel.
And as you open the doors, it takes one of you on each door.
Fine.
And the two of you push the doors open, and you can't see anything within the entrance of the tomb. The shadows and darkness almost seem to like billow out of the entrance of the tomb, as if they were kind of being held back by the doors and just allowed to trickle out, and now they're allowed to kind of erupt in full force, and it's almost like a cloud or like a wave of darkness erupts, and from within the darkness you see a pair of glowing purple eyes, and you hear a voice, and it says something in almost like this lizard-like, grating, growling voice. Do any of you speak Draconic?
You know which tab has languages?
It should be right on your main character page.
The main page.
No.
Deep speech.
But this like
Not features and traits.
It is on features and traits.
Okay. That's what I thought.
almost sounds like
think it's
Parson Tongue from Harry Potter. Just echoes from the back of the chamber. Have you guys stepped into there, or have you just opened the doors?
I think
No, I
Helen
think
is
we
still
stepped
at the.
inside.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think we were in.
Yeah, because
Well,
we
if
didn't
we-
want to wait
if
for
we-
the doors to close.
Oh, that's
Yeah, if we pushed them open, we must have stepped inside.
Yeah.
I will walk in first. I'm happy to do it since I have like the highest health.
Do you take up like a formation of any kind?
I mean, I'd probably be in the front as well. With,
Okay, so like a 2-man front.
I figure you should go first if you want to be stealthy, but they know we're there.
There's only one
So
way in.
I'm
One way.
wherever.
But I mean, you're
So
also
go-
completely obscured.
So
in
we're
darkness.
towards the back.
It's complete
Yeah.
darkness.
Complete dark.
So I'm gonna cast dark vision on, because I have to. I don't have it automatically.
Okay. And as you all step in, the doors start slowly closing behind you.
Okay.
And you hear them like click shut. And
I think
how
we're
long's your
committed.
Eldritch Sight last?
I can turn it on and turn it off.
We'll say it's still on. You see like that faint golden glow as the doors reseal behind you. And the only things that you guys can make out in the darkness of this entrance, there is a green flame brazier on either side, but they are not emanating light. You can literally just see the green flames, and they're not spreading out along the walls or anything like that. It's like the flame is the only thing that you can see in the darkness.
How far can I see?
I mean, you can't see anything.
So okay.
The flames, the green flames are like 30 feet away from you or so,
I am
and that's
gonna.
the only thing you can see.
And
I'm gonna
even
do
in dark
magic
vision?
tinkering.
With dark vision.
I'm gonna do magical tinkering, and I'm gonna take a rock I have in my pouch, and I'm going to give it a magical property of 5-foot radius light, and I am going to toss it down the hallway in front of me.
Okay.
And how far do I see it go?
Your little glowing rock.
Like I skip it down the
Yep,
hallway.
it scatters down the hallway and it clacks off of something about 40 or 50 feet down the hallway, and all you can see is the glowing rock. It does not, other than the rock itself, it does not emit any light emanating out.
Okay.
So, like, you can't see anything past just the glowing rock at the end of the hallway. You feel the wind shift in this kind of like closed tomb, and you hear something large breathe as it moves past you in the darkness.
So like we don't even know how big of a room we're in.
I reach into my haversack
Yeah.
and pull out the lantern
Yes.
And
Just
see.
say that.
and see if I can figure out how to.
And in the pitch black, you can kind of feel, and within the lantern, you can feel. Give me a survival check.
You'll lose your
You could
hand.
survive.
18.
Oh hell.
You can make out like the little oil vat in the lantern, and as you flick like some flint and just kind of like create flame and light this lantern, the beam of the lantern pierces out through the darkness, creating dim light. You realize that you are holding, because this is magical darkness, you are holding a lantern of revealing.
Nice.
And what you see as you shine the lantern down this hallway, you see something massive just move out of the very edge of the lantern and dart up the hallway. And we are going to take like a 5-minute break while I get the next map set up for you guys.
Very spooky.
Nice.
Very spooky.
Yeah.
That's why we went to the tent.
So Caleb, you were talking about meth.
Yes. So, as Arkin opens all of the hoods on his lantern of revealing, you see that dim lighting pan out in every direction, and you can see this entryway room that you guys are standing in, and in the side of the room, as the light branches out in every direction, you see this huge, like 15-foot long lion, except you notice that it has like purplish glistening dragon scales down its back and like a draconic tail, and the shadows seem to be emanating out from the lion. And it looks at the five of you and it says, in common, I see that you don't listen to warnings, so I guess we will do this the old-fashioned way, in the name of my master, Aserarak. And he charges you down, and we're gonna roll initiative.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, apparently there's this TikTok where this dude was just like on meth and was in a bar. That's just jerking off. And then the cops, the barkeeper called the cops. And then I guess the dude just went to the bathroom. So on meth, like the cops are trying to get in there, and he's fighting the cops while just there's like 15 cops, and this dude's just with one hand fighting the cops.
So that's where the taxes go?
Yeah.
What's your initiative roll?
16.
Got it.
16 too.
What's your dex modifier?
0,
Yours is like plus
2, 3.
I'm higher on Dex.
Arkin?
17.
17. Thorum.
Some would
Yeah,
call
plus
it the
5.
best initiative roll that I've ever had. 21.
All right. Codex.
Some would say it's the best.
It's the
Initiative
best five
roll.
roll.
All right.
Of all time.
Gregory, 16.
It was. We'll remember that.
Yes.
Okay.
That is actually, it's usually a 6.
About the bottom.
So,
You're at the bottom.
I'm always at the bottom.
Up first in the
Can't roll
initiative
initiative.
order is
the giant
Thorum.
lion. Oh, yay, I'm so happy.
I'm lazy.
Okay, I have to do math then. So, how far away is it from me?
10, 15, 20 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm trying to remember how this works.
I'm facing away from it. Damn it.
I'm gonna charge it.
Okay.
So I'll make an attack. Then...
So it's rushing at us, and you're gonna rush back at it.
Oh yeah.
What exactly
It's a
is
Thorum way.
Yes. We hit things.
As he does.
Yes. So I'll rush 10 feet, and then I'll make.
we know what it
Yes,
is?
yeah, I'll just make the first attack.
It's a lion that has a dragon tail. You don't see that?
No.
I thought it had like dragons.
Has like dragon scales down its back and
Yeah.
a draconic tail.
Thorm doesn't
Okay.
care what it is. He's just
I'm just
rushing
gonna
at it.
fucking kill it. Oh.
We are
Yeah, so what did I
I
just
feel like
I literally
21.
21 to
I don't know
hit.
about that.
Yep.
Okay.
And is it huge?
Yes.
You sure about that? Are you sure about that?
you got stabbed in the back, so you're not omniscient.
16
Mm-hmm.
You never think of it.
plus 2 force, so 18, and then 2d10. There's my d10.
I love this idea of this. How large is it? Did you say huge?
Huge.
It's rushing at us, and the dwarf is running at it.
I mean, hey, it's fucking funny.
It's like a dragon
Okay,
and a human running at each other.
13 plus whatever I last rolled.
God, where is... Keep in track. 18 damage.
Okay.
You're using the blade, right?
Yeah. So 18 plus 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I'm assuming it's so big it doesn't have to make a strength save for prone.
It does not.
Then I'll attack 2 more times. So
Okay.
that
I
was
think that was one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't have
that's a
anything for
March.
I
Hellebore
think
yet.
like at
Okay.
Yeah, that's March.
Oh, that's
It's different.
March.
So yeah,
It doesn't make a difference.
She's
25 to hit,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
Endowed.
Yeah.
22 to hit.
Well, that's on March.
endowed.
That is.
Okay.
This is March.
Yep, they both hit.
Damage.
She's
Wow,
voluptuous.
she is very well
Yeah,
endowed.
she's voluptuous.
21.
Okay, 21.
Mm-hmm.
This
Calibor?
Marge, the Barnes Mini.
Oh.
no, Halibor's not. But this
And then 15 more damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and scare this thing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna rush at it so fiercely. Yeah, so it's
Is that using one of your?
yeah, I'll use a superiority dice and then I'll add this to the last damage. So okay, well, damage not great. Add 2 damage,
Mhm.
and it has to make a DC 18 saving throw for wisdom
To be frightened.
to be frightened until.
You.
Okay, never mind. Well, that didn't go great. So
And is that the end of your turn?
that is the end of my turn.
All right. It's going to use a legendary action.
Of course.
It is going to use Veil of Shadow. Since it is in dim light,
Made up.
it is going to take the hide action.
Ability.
So it is now hidden in the dim light. And you take 3d6 necrotic damage, which is 10 necrotic damage.
10 necrotic damage.
And then it is Arkin's turn. All spell attacks will be at disadvantage while it's hidden in the darkness.
Save.
Oh, and I have my animate shield.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot. That's new to me.
Oh, right. Does that take a bonus action though
So good.
to activate?
Yeah, that's a good question.
you just have to have to.
That's 2025, right?
Might be 25-6.
Yeah, it does take a bonus action, but I guess I would have still had one.
Okay.
But oh well.
Are those bones?
Yeah.
So what are we
There are
standing on
mountains.
actually?
You're on like a stone floor,
Okay.
but there are tons of skulls and bones laying around you.
Oh, that looks like a little dinosaur bone.
Is this glowing?
No, you can't see that.
So I don't know that's there.
All you see,
That's fun.
all you see are
Okay.
like the edges of the walls. You can't see anything past them in the darkness.
It's not a lion drake, is it?
It's a dragon.
Oh.
I take out the little crystal rod
Mhm.
and piece of fur and rub the fur along the crystal, and this bolt of lightning arcs out, hits it, and then 3 more come around and hit it. So
So your spell casting
Dex
is
save?
like taking tinder and trying to spark a fire. Like you're.
well,
Is this what you're
it-
doing when you make your spell
when-
attacks?
no. When it says components and it says a bit of fur and a piece of amber, glass, or crystal rod, I kind of just say that's what I'm taking out and rubbing the fur against. The
I just
crystal
always
rods
envision
and-
Arkin trying to spark a fire.
No. So, it needs to make a reflex save, DC 22, and I am going to heighten that and make it so it makes it at a disadvantage.
Okay, I'm going to use legendary resistance and automatically succeed.
Okay. What does that do?
Legendary resistance. If I fail a saving throw, it chooses to succeed instead.
Okay. But
It's a I win button.
Chose the
Yeah.
chose the
Like, no. Okay.
I get to
It
choose the
doesn't
win.
give advantage. It succeeds the saving throw. Period.
okay. But even if it's resistant against lightning, it's going to take the damage.
Okay.
Oops. I should have kept that open.
It'll be Gregory, then Hellebore, and then the Dragon. The Dragon. The Dragon.
Is he gone?
Dragon. Get some.
This is a weird night. Weird.
Got coconuts, war crimes.
Yeah, that's a
Coconuts and war crimes.
That's right.
Some sweet treats.
Yeah, sweet
Treats, coconuts, and war
treats and war crimes. Love that you said those.
9, 10.
So like, okay, so do I understand that everyone kind of is like low key suspected of a war crime?
I mean, I am.
Yeah,
Thorin
sure.
just saw you
Because
drag the dead body of a medic.
Codex just murdered a medic, right?
It looked.
Only Gregory knows what happened.
Yes, I don't know what happened. All I saw was you drag a medic without a face and a what looks like a naked elf out of a tent, and then strip search them, and then he caught them on fire.
So it looks like we all just survive the apocalypse together.
7.
Coconuts and
So the first one is going to be 25.
Love coconuts.
yeah, I can get on board
Well,
with
it's that or
coconuts.
eating grass.
I draw the line.
Lips,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
cans of SpaghettiOs.
It's
Old
gonna use
50-year-old
its
cans of
legendary
SpaghettiOs.
action after your potatoes.
Oh.
I had a case of them.
That's the first one.
Just
Yeah,
in
yeah.
case.
Okay.
You'll never
So how many legendary actions is it?
No, I mean after your turn.
Okay.
It can use 3 legendary action. Well, 4 because it's in its lair.
Right.
What kind of fucking
But
shit is that?
each one it does
Blow up the lair.
is a separate dex save.
Yeah, no.
I don't
Okay.
have magical nuke yet.
Yeah, I rolled a
Even if I
with
did,
disadvantage. I
would say
rolled a
they
19,
destroyed
which
everything,
failed.
but in
I
all
rolled a
reality,
25,
it
which
was a
succeeded,
small part.
and I rolled a 22, which succeeds. Right?
And then one more. There's okay.
And a 7, and I'm going to use another legendary resistance.
Okay. So
What do you have left?
47.
2 more.
So it's 24.
Because it's in its lair.
Wait, let's use half of them all.
Good. My goal is only to take damage.
8,
He
10.
doesn't like it when his creatures lose half their health before the first round of combat.
3,
It's 9% IPA. Slaps.
1.
This 20% ports.
I cannot wait to use its breath weapon against all you guys.
4.
So, you know what? Let's
What
give
did
him
you
some
do?
more alcohol because he's trying to play it.
I am happy.
You want some more? Yeah.
No, I'm good.
You mean all of them, right? Not me. You're not gonna use
All of you.
No, I'm not. Other than Hort.
21.
I know I tried it.
It's very good.
You should probably drink here. Just have the rest of the bottle.
Beer.
No,
thank
finish the
you.
beer.
Yeah,
Chug the beer, and then
don't want
start the port.
The last time I drank port, I spilled it on my dog that's dead now.
I remember that. I watched that happen. And then you went to
I may
bed.
have that on camera.
And then you went to bed.
Highlight reel.
And I had to finish
3
cleaning
would
up.
be 20. 21. No, 26.
Okay. That's all of them?
That's all.
Okay. All right.
Don't.
I may have that on camera. Okay. All right. Is there anything else that Arkham would like to do with his turn?
I will. I'll with my bonus action. I'll since I don't know about the fear thing, really, I'm gonna cast do my form.
Form of Dread? Okay. And obviously, nothing happens to the Dragon.
Well, that's only when it attacks me, but
Okay.
since it won't matter.
Any movement?
No, because I mean we're kind of back against the
Yeah,
door,
you're like
right?
back against the entrance. Yeah. It's going to take its legendary action and pounce. It's going to leap right over Thorum
Oh, lovely.
and land right next to Arkin. It is going to then
Is that opening to Fleetwood Mac song?
Can you just get
use
my turn?
its claw attack. Nope. It's just using a legendary action.
What the fuck?
It's going to use its claw
Worrying about
attack.
if you get down, being able to do
It's not attacking me. Is it?
No.
Oh, I
attacking
thought you said
Arkin.
Gregory.
21 to hit you. You take 21 points of slashing damage
Okay.
and 6 points of necrotic damage. Now it's Gregory's turn.
Cool. Can you make a dex save?
I can. $27.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're gonna still, I guess, cast lightning bolt.
Okay.
Wait, did I get rid of lightning bolt? I did. All right, we're gonna cast fireball. Cast fireball and
Right in the middle of the group.
spell sculpting.
I know.
So
That's got to be weird for us.
Yeah, literally the flames
The flames
all
just
like
go,
ripple
like,
around
around
you,
us.
and you feel the heat. It just
Yeah.
doesn't burn you. Yeah.
So you're gonna take 33 half.
Okay.
Damn, there's easy one too.
I feel like Codex would still like because
And
his skin is
you
metal.
see some of its
that he
skin
would still,
starting to
like,
get
heat up.
singed, and the Dragon is bloodied after that.
How much damage did you do?
He did like 40 or 50
I
points
did
of
some
damage.
damage.
He did like 60 points of damage, and he just did 16.
Oh, I did.
You only did 60.
I did 80 something.
Yeah.
He succeeded in the save.
Jeez.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they've done
Probably-
already over 100 points.
I did around
well
90.
over 100 points of damage.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
actually, I did around close to 100 points.
I'm gonna
90 to 100.
bonus action Misty Step the fuck out of there.
Okay, where are you going?
I think
Anywhere?
just straight from you, Michael, like this one. Just 30 feet.
Okay. All right. Then it'll be Halvor's turn. Are you circling to engage it?
Yeah.
Which way do you want to go? That way or that way? Right in its face or around the side?
Space.
Right in its face. All right.
I'm gonna scorch a seal
Okay.
into its soul.
Right into its soul. It doesn't have a soul.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay. And for right now, because we are in. Oh. Because I have my true name scimitar, it's
Mhm.
actually gonna take 7 damage instead of 5.
Okay.
It's extra damage, I mean. So.
I love that you hold it. But
It's too much.
She needs it.
I had to write this, but it's just for
I know.
spider stuff.
Ooh, 29 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
I am going to finish. Dim light. Okay, I didn't write it very well.
Mm-hmm.
you know what I like? I have erasable pens now.
Yeah.
Because for that reason, like I can go back and erase it and then rewrite it.
Okay.
What's up?
I'm just waiting.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's 6.
6 damage?
Yeah.
Slashing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 1d8 poison.
Okay.
That's d8. Yeah.
Should be a double pyramid.
No. That's
That looks like a D10.
Oh, I don't think I have one then.
Yes.
No?
What's that?
Should look 2
What are
pyramids
you looking
stacked
for?
on top of each other.
Is that you need a D8? That's a D8.
That's
That's
a D8.
D8.
Yep.
So 7.
Ooh,
7
okay.
poison damage.
All right.
And then.
Is this a D8?
God damn.
Okay, I don't know my geometry, okay?
It also doesn't look like a pyramid.
I didn't say pyramid. I said it looks like 2 pyramids.
I
Which it is.
It,
Which it is.
it looks like a shape.
It says
Looks like a shape.
it's a rectangular pyramid.
Fuck, what now?
It's a rectangular pyramid
We'll try it again.
attached at the base. A rectangular pyramid.
Oh, I'm missing a D8. Oh, you know what?
Okay.
You have my D8.
And
Rude.
that's what.
How to get over
Well,
that?
Almost like I put 10 or 15 sets of dice at this table in like the drawer underneath
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Extra
Next
damage.
attack.
Number of.
Oh, look, there's more die. Oh, look, there's more die.
Okay, I'm doing strike from the dark.
Okay.
No, because he's in dim.
Mm-hmm.
So now I roll. Oops. So my extra damage is 13,
Okay.
and then an extra 2d8 if he is in dim. Okay.
Which he is.
So 2.
Man.
So it's 11.
Okay.
God, there's 2 people watching us, Michael.
2.
There's one
I
tile.
was on. I
Wait,
don't think Tyler's watching.
I think he's giving up on us.
He's actually got off. He got off tonight. And guys, okay. He got off tonight and worked first shift. And I'm still here.
Damn. That's how important D&D
Yeah,
is.
he knows that too. He's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
He's just.
He's playing Elden.
He's playing Elden Ring.
He's
fine.
playing
playing
Skull Sanctuary. Actually,
Oh, interesting
What's that?
choice.
Never heard of it.
it's awesome.
17 just hits.
Okay.
Let's just stop playing and talk about this game.
Let's not. I'm about to rope you all in. Let's go.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yep.
No more.
The threat has been issued.
All right. 6 again, but
Okay.
then all of that was plus 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got it.
Got it. Okay.
Where are you flying this whole thing now?
I am done.
It is the Dragon's turn. He is going to spin and erupt his breath weapon, which is going to hit everyone except for Thor.
Is it gonna hit me?
Yeah, it's a 60-foot cone.
So,
Nice.
It's going to envelop the whole room.
my Eldritch
not a
cannons
spell,
are on
is
my
it?
shoulders, and they, when I went to level 15, they emit that aura, giving everything within 10 feet of them half cover.
Okay.
So
Won't
just
matter against a breath weapon because
Alright.
it's a save.
It's not a spell, is it?
No. I need all of you to make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw.
Except for me. Ooh,
Except for you.
that's a 19 for your boy.
23.
Arkin,
Oh, Ark,
second.
come on. Come on.
he's going to bend luck.
Come
I'm
on.
bending luck. Hey, look. I bent luck and
Right. So all of you take half damage from
Yeah.
10d6 necrotic.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Oh, and I take half.
So you take half of half. Which is good. Because that would have been 42 necrotic damage. In half.
So it is 42.
21.
No.
21.
Cut in half, 21. So all of you, except for Halibor and Thorum, take 21 necrotic damage. And Halibor, you take 10 necrotic damage. Okay. And then it's going to make its multi-attack.
Oh. Why did I pick its face? Why did everyone
so-
let me pick its face?
Well, I mean, you thought
It looks like only me and Arkin would have half cover.
Yes. But
So
it's
Arkin-
attacking Arkin.
I got you.
So disadvantage. It's going to make 2 claw swipes. 25 was the lowest. And 20 was the lowest.
Yeah.
So both hits. You take a total from the 2 swipes of 34 slashing damage and 6 necrotic damage. And then it's going to turn and bite Helpor. For 2. That is a 21 to hit you. You take 33 piercing damage, plus the half necrotic damage, so 4 necrotic damage. And that is the end of the Shadow Dragon's turn. Now it's Codex at the bottom of the turn order, and then Thorum will be up next at the start of the next turn order.
Codex aims his rifle up at the Dragon's head and fires his antimatter rifle.
I'm really into shooting people in the heads. In their heads.
13 will
It's only a
miss.
13
Yes.
to hit, so that actually missed. And then I am going to leave my. I'm going to deploy one of my Eldritch Cannons here,
Okay.
and then move over to here. And
Oh, your Eldritch Cannons would also take the damage from the breath weapon as well.
yeah, okay. So what was
We'll
that?
just say that they roll with you. So it'll be 21 points
21.
of necrotic damage
Okay.
to your cannons. I'm not sure how much health they have.
They have a lot more than you'd think. It's weird.
You do? You
No, they have like I think it's like 75.
Okay, well that's fine.
Nice.
They're beefy. I'm just trying to figure out where that is in my. Thought it would be under inventory, but it might be under.
No, I think that's just something you have to keep track of.
No. There is a place for it.
Oh, they actually
there
have
is a
their
place
hit points
for it.
written out?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Should be under class features, I would think.
Eldritch. There it is. Eldritch Cannon. Okay. Yeah, they have 75. So.
Now they have
5, 10,
54.
Thank you.
It's pretty good.
See?
Off the
I said
dome.
keep tapping.
We
That's triple IPA.
Done.
Like,
54. And then
wow.
Savant.
the one that's still on my shoulder and the one that's there,
Uh-huh.
they are going to both fire in tandem.
Okay.
The one on my shoulder fires first. That is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And that's going to be 17 force damage.
Damn, okay.
And then the one next to Arkin
Uh-huh.
fires. That's 24 to hit.
Hits.
And then that's 13 force
Force.
damage.
Beautiful. Okay. He's looking pretty rough.
And then I am curious, because it's still my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Did we go...
Wait, did you move?
I did.
Okay, opportunity attack.
No.
Oh, you move without opportunity attacks? Because you're mobile.
The mobile feat.
Okay,
I
alright.
attacked it close to... Well, actually, wait a second. No, I think I did forget that.
That's when you hit.
I think it might have to be a melee attack. Let me check. It's been a long time since that's come up.
Norm, you're going to be up next. Okay?
Alright.
And it has one legendary action after Codex's turn.
I'm looking for it.
Is it a burp?
Mobile.
Is it a burp? A burp weapon?
And
Do you have a breath
I
weapon?
can't,
Ah.
I can't use burp weapon.
It's when you make a melee attack,
Ah,
not
so
an
you will take
attack.
an
So I will take an
Okay.
opportunity attack.
Alright, it's going to attempt to swipe at you.
Okay.
So we can't miss next.
Swiper's going to be swiping. 24 to hit you.
Get it. I will use my reaction and boost my AC by using shield.
I believe you've already used your reaction to use your stroke of genius this turn.
This is the bottom of the turn where it receives, right?
Is that this? That's the same.
Did you use that to do the breath weapon resistance?
I did use a flash of genius, but was that in combat?
No.
What did I
don't
use it
think it
for?
was.
I'm trying to remember
I mean,
what I
you
used it
used,
for.
you used Flash of Genius way back when.
I did.
Okay, so not in this round of combat.
I just can't remember what I used it for.
It,
I don't think it was in combat.
no.
So what are you? So wait. So what are you using your reaction to do? Shield? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
The tent, maybe.
It might have been. Can't remember.
If anyone can remember what I
do
used
math.
my
I can do math. I
reaction.
You can do math. Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
Math
So you cast shield, and
remembering
his claw attack misses.
Okay.
Okay. End of Codex's turn.
Yeah, well, I did want to know, did we go underground or are we
No,
like...
you are still at ground level.
So, I would probably have a pretty good sense of like how thick is the ceiling above us. Like, is it a temple? Is it like a
No, you're in a
pyramid? It's
You're
just
in
a
a
tomb. We didn't go below ground,
correct.
so the ceiling's not that.
Couple feet of stone.
Okay.
How high is the ceiling?
Like a little over 10 feet.
So I'll say that if anyone has an opportunity to bring the ceiling down on this thing, it might be worth doing. So let's leave it at that.
And with that, it's going to use its legendary action and Living Shadow you. So I need.
I don't think that's a good idea, but that's
Oh, wait.
Blanket, Daryl.
You are going to take
Wait,
3d6
I'm gonna move behind you.
necrotic damage as it hides in the darkness.
Get it.
You take 10
and I'm
necrotic
gonna get you
damage
to.
as it living shadows you.
okay.
Even though I missed its opportunity attacking on now to its
It's just
flank.
used a legendary
I could
action.
end up with like a
Okay, so what
pretty
happened?
decent
It
AC.
used its living shadow
I could
ability
end up
against
with a
you,
32 AC.
and you take 10 necrotic damage.
10.
Okay.
Damn. Guys, I'm almost bloody. No, I'm just kidding.
That was a good joke. I liked it.
Codex is fine, guys. Don't worry.
And then we are at the top of the turn order with Thorum.
So I'm gonna move to the space right behind Arkin. He might need to scoot me over. And if Arkin is willing, I'm gonna use bait and switch. So I'm gonna swap places with him, spend a superiority die, and add it to my AC.
How did the legendary action only do 10 points of damage?
Because he is also hidden now in the darkness. So all of his attacks will be at
Is
disadvantage.
he born in the darkness? Or?
He
molded
believes
by it.
he's molded by it.
Are you fucking
You
kidding?
merely inherited the dark.
I'm gonna use lucky and reroll that.
Thank you.
'Cause I only have.
I was molded
I don't know, where's lucky?
Can you use lucky
This is
any
not
die?
your hair.
I gotta double check.
by the time I was rolling. The light was blinding.
Should never let autistic people have long hair.
It's just something for them to stem
I
with.
know, it's terrible. No, I guess not.
Like, I put it up and I forget it's
Well-
there, and then I let it down. I'm like, oh.
I now have.
Yeah, I feel like I can't
That was
stand it.
literally as bad as that could have rolled. Well, oh well.
Well, I'm glad you
I have a +1 to
No
AC.
dice?
I'm glad
I
you
have a
came.
+1 to AC now. So
Okay.
23, so 22.
Something.
Yeah, and then I'll make 3
I love how-
attacks. I'll try and roll these.
They're all with disadvantage.
It is
They're all at
very
disadvantage?
good.
Alright, so I'll roll 6 times.
Just that little detail.
Alright.
He's
Prepared for a lot of rolls.
Just roll 2d20s at a time.
Two at a time?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Alright, well,
Take the lowest.
that's a nat 1.
So fail.
Oh, no.
Miss. Critical miss.
Yep, although I might use lucky later. 6 plus 13, so
That'll hit.
okay. And 10, so 23.
That'll hit.
And I'm gonna use lucky to re-roll that 1.
Okay. So you're using one use of your lucky
That
ability.
is a great feat. No, nat 20.
Okay.
That's much better.
Alright.
Yeah.
So roll your crit damage to start.
Okay, so crit damage is
Just
just
double.
double the normal damage. Oh, that's the hit dice. Whoops. Okay. So 21
Okay.
times 2.
21 times 2.
That's the crit.
Okay.
That's the crit. Yep.
Alright.
42, I think.
That's it. That's the number.
And 10,
You Daryl, I'm so proud.
10 plus 17 on the second one.
How do you want to do it?
Oh.
That was easy.
Damn.
Hey, it survived one round of combat.
It did. It did.
Unfortunate.
Well, I still have. I still have movement left. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna like run under it while just
And, like,
holding the
disembowel
axe
it?
and just disembowel it.
Okay.
Yep. And then as I get to
as
the other
you
end,
run
just
underneath the
flick the
dragon,
extra blood out.
you just like slide your glaive along it as you cut it open. You see its entrails splatter out onto the floor with
Something
like a
only
wave,
Thorum could do.
Yes.
Yeah.
wave of shadow.
None of us can fit under it.
And it collapses to the ground dead.
And I'm just gonna flick the extra blood off the blade.
And you notice all of the shadows enveloping the room dissipate as you kill it. And the green braziers that were lit at the edge flare to life. And you can make out now, as you stand in the room, that there are 3 openings at the end of this cavern that you guys are in.
I'll go to the one closest to me.
I think I'm going to use a healing potion.
Okay?
I'll go to the one at
Where are
the
you at?
far right.
Let's just say it got me down to 1/4 of my health.
Oof.
Oof.
You're fine, right?
I'm fine.
All right.
So you're at the,
great.
I know, right?
Wow.
For once.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Plus, Gregory didn't drop.
amazing.
Hey!